Sophia was telling me about TikTok and she watched some stuff and she's like, Dad, you know what would actually be a good video for you guys to do is talk about you and Uncle Ben and who and pose a bunch of questions about who is more likely to do this, who is more likely to do something. So we thought since we had Rick tonight, we're gonna put him on the spot. Rick is going to answer these questions. Ben and I are going to stay out of it. We might be able to follow up with a little commentary, but we'll stay out of it. It's all up to Rick here. Rick is the judge.
Sorry, Rick.
We are going to play a game called Who is More Likely to Do Something, Ben or Jason? And I guess if there's some cases you can answer both if it's like a tie or something like that. It's up to you. Now, right. the first bit of these questions were completely by my daughter, Sophia. Then I added some additional questions that I wanted to see on here. Okay. Here we go. Who is more likely to, Eric, who is more likely to grow their hair out and look stupid, but say it's cool? Ben or Jason?
Grow it out, I think Ben.
Well, hang on. Look, I'm working on something here.
I'll go this way. That's only half of it. I think if it's simply growing out their hair, I stick with Ben. If it's have their hair look stupid and say it looks good, then it's clearly Jason.
Yeah.
I think the question was phrased ambiguously.
Yeah. I grew my hair out like every 2 years for the last 20 years. So if it's just
and it looked bad. It looked bad every time.
Yeah, but I say it looks bad.
That's true. Ben says it looks like crap.
You think it looks good, and it doesn't. So you're right, Rick. It's Jason.
Okay.
Close.
All right. Who is more likely to go to a better college, Ben or Jason?
Whoa.
You went to the same college.
Except I started out not at the same college. I started out Superior. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, but then you finished at Eau Claire.
True.
But I never finished at Eau Claire. Even though I was there for 8.5 years.
But it didn't say it didn't say get a degree from a college. It just said attend. Okay.
Well, I had a better ACT and I had better grades in high school, so I think I would have gone. I would go to a better college than you.
I had terrible grades in high school and not a great ACT. 10 points below Rick. Or wait, was it 10 points? Yeah, I think 10 points below Rick's ACT. So I had an option of 2 schools in the state, Milwaukee or Superior. I grew up in a town of like 4,000 people. So I went, rather than going to the 28,000 student campus in Milwaukee, I went to Superior, and where all I could do was study. And I got some good grades for the first time in my life. And I was able to transfer and spend the rest of my college in Eau Claire. So there you go. All right, Eric, who is more likely to eat a stale cookie?
Ben.
What?
No.
I'll eat any cookie. I eat all cookies.
I don't even like cookies that much.
I'm the least.
It's got to be freshly baked
all
cookie.
Time. Yeah.
I don't like cookies unless they are fresh. If they're stale,
That's okay, Eric. That was a tough
one.
Yeah,
but stale means it's like sitting out for a while. Jason has a weird germ thing. So
that's true. He does have a weird germ thing.
I don't know if I have a weird germ thing. I have a cleanliness thing, but stale cookies, dude, I'll eat any cookie anytime, anywhere. I'll eat cookies that no one should eat. I'll still eat them.
All right.
Who is more likely to make cringy faces at any time?
Yeah, Ben, because he's always looking at people weird.
Wow. All right. Fair enough.
Dude, I make a lot of weird faces, especially when you talk, because they don't make a lot of things you say make no sense.
Who is more likely to watch TV all day and night?
Ben.
Are you kidding? When the pandemic hit and I didn't have to go to work, that's all I did. It was awesome. It was the greatest 5 weeks of my life. Though I did
remember
do some other stuff too.
Ben's draft preview special last year where he watched 7,200 hours of game film.
That's all I did. It was awesome. It was awesome.
Who is more likely to make a mess and not clean it up?
Ben.
I am now. I wasn't like that before.
You surrendered.
I had to live with slobs and then work with slobs. And then now I just don't, I've lost all will to even care anymore. So yeah, it's me.
All right. Who is more likely to take the wrong kid home from the park?
I think just Jason by default, because that would mean Ben would have to go to the park.
Yeah, I don't leave the house.
That's a good that's a good point. That's a good point. All right. Here's a tough one. Who is more likely to drop a class in college? And this is Sophia's question, not mine. This is Sophia's. Who is more likely to drop a class in college?
Ooh. I'll go with Jason on that one.
I think it's really close. Ben, do you remember how many withdrawals did you have?
Like 9?
Ooh, that might beat me. I had quite a few. I think I had like 7.
Really?
Yeah, but if we averages per year, what does it come out to?
That's true. Another one was voice. I dropped out of, okay, that's the other thing. I dropped out of just voice at least 4 times. And it was because I told my voice professor that my voice was sore, even though I was in concert choir, singing statesman, and the a cappella group, and singing all the time. And I would drop out of, because I just didn't practice my voice stuff, like my things I was supposed to do. I didn't rehearse, like memorize all my crap. So I would just drop out of it so that I wouldn't get in trouble. And I'd say it was because I was sore, even though I really wasn't, because I was singing and everything.
Confessions 20 years later. Look at
wow,
that.
Mrs. Dick knew. Don't you remember when we would be practicing in the stairwell? And one time Mrs. Dick is coming down the hall. She looks at me and she goes, "It figures." And then she just kept walking. That was like 2 days. That was 2 days after I went in and told her that I had to drop because my voice was sore and I couldn't sing anymore. And then 2 days later, she sees me singing in the hallway with you guys, or in the stairwell. She was not happy with me.
Josh, I can't believe Josh George is still on here. And he is. He says Ben dropped the class we were in after 1 week. One week, and then he dropped it.
I dropped the class with you. Don't you remember? Or,
Yeah,
I just stopped going. I can't remember what I did.
No, you dropped the one class.
We dropped. What was it? No,
VisCom. You dropped VisCom, or was it?
No,
Logic?
it was
or,
law.
Mass media law. That was a hard class.
Way too hard. Yeah, I was like,
that was
crap.
That was one of my hardest classes in college, mass media law.
Anyways, Rick, it's me, buddy. Sorry. When you go to college for 8.5 years, you
I think
buy
if
a
you
hair.
if you count total withdrawals, but if you look at how many withdrawals per year,
God, we were pathetic. Anyways,
Hey,
one more thing, real quick. This is how sad my life is, or not how sad my life, but how sad I am. My wife is 4 years younger than me. Okay. I met her. I was in my 6th year of college. She was in her 2nd year of college. She graduated, and I was still in school. And the reason why I didn't get my degree is because we got married, and I was just like, well, what am I going to do with the music liberal arts degree anyway? So I just stopped going. Even though I had 160 credits, there's some other things I had to do. It wasn't credit wise. It was concerts and crap, whatever. But so even though I'm 4 years older than my wife, I was in school longer than her. She came and graduated before I even left. So, but that's the way it goes. That's how it works when you're just a really good singer. Sometimes you can trick ladies into liking you, I guess.
ooh, Josh said it was the logic class. He said that class sucked. Logic.
Dude.
Yep. It was tough. That was a tough one.
I
dropped
remember
that. I dropped that class too.
the best when I dropped that class. When I went to drop that class. Here's a good story.
You told this story, but go ahead.
I had a shirt on. It was a Yoda shirt, and it said, "You must unlearn what you have learned." And apparently, this guy was not a Star Wars fan because I showed up to drop the class, and he looked at me and he was like, "You really want to drop this class?" So I'm like, "Yeah." He looked at my shirt and he's like, "Oh, that's an awesome shirt." And he really loved my shirt, this Logic guy, because he thought it was like, you must unlearn what you have learned. He really thought it was like a deep shirt, like he thought it was a deep thinker. So he totally signed my thing and was like, "Yeah, no problem." And I was like, "Cool, thanks, dude." It wasn't quite what I was thinking of. There's another time where I took a statistics class because I needed a credit in something like math or whatever the math was. And I was like, "I'll just take the statistics. That's probably easy, right?" Wrong. You need to have like 2 other classes before you take that class, apparently, because they were talking like all these different. I had no clue what was going on. Like my first 3 days, I was like lost. And I was like, this is not happening. So another one I had to drop. So yeah, it was bad.
All right, let's move on from all of our failures and bad decisions because our kids might see this one day.
Well, they should learn. Hey, I tell Grant this all the time. That's probably why he's a 4.0 student. I tell him all my terrible stories. He's like, I'm not going to be like you, dude. I'm going to college. I'm going to be a doctor. There's no way I'm going to be as, do the dumb crap you did.
In the meantime, we got Rick down here who got his degree in 4 years.
Yep.
And then went on and got a PhD and all that stuff. I think he might have got his PhD almost before I finished college. Way to go.
See, I'm not sure if Ben or I were in school longer, but be pretty close.
All right, we got some more questions here. Ready? All right. Sophia asked this question. Who is more likely to post a cringy video on social media?
Jason.
You already did it.
Oh,
Yeah, that hair toss
That hair
slow motion
toss.
video. I don't think not even Ben versus the Sauce Legs could top that.
Ben versus the Sauce Legs was a great clip. That was amazing.
All right, now we get into some of my questions. Who is more likely? This is a tough one. Who is more likely to run half a mile without stopping?
Jason, because you get all exercising sometimes.
Eric just saw me last weekend. He knows I couldn't even walk a mile, much less run a mile.
Yeah.
You
That's
kidding?
rough.
He was walking us around campus. I was sucking wind, going up with the stairs and following. I was like, when is this going to be over, Rick? Let's get back to your place and eat some brats and drink some beers.
Whoa. Did Ben drink beer last weekend or what did he
No,
have?
I
I
just
tried to
said
give him a
before,
beer
Rick.
and he didn't want one.
You never said that. You tried to get me a root beer
Give him a fruity one?
and a grape soda and an orange soda and a something else kind
Mountain
of soda.
Dew.
He'll drink
And
sodas.
a Mountain Dew. Yeah, he was giving me all kinds of dews and sodas. Because you
He didn't
told him.
want beer. so
You
give
told,
the
and
options.
Eckes said last week, oh, make sure it's a fruity one. So then he tried to give me all these fruity tricks that weren't beer. Eckes is the one who screwed it up. Dang it. Eckes.
Wild Mom and Wild Man chime in. You guys were lucky. I didn't know about this stuff in college. Don't worry, Mom and Dad, it wasn't your money by that point anyway. It was the
Dad, how did you
financial
think
aid.
I was in school for so long?
All right.
I was.
Here's
I
a good
wasn't
one.
doing anything stupid or like jerk, like against the law or anything. I was, slacking off.
Just slacker. All right, here's a good one I came up with. Who is more likely to argue with his brother?
It's a tie.
Okay, fair enough. Who is more likely? Oh, here's my favorite one.
That was a deep Jason thought.
I got
question,
one.
can
I
tell.
got one.
Oh, go ahead.
Who's more likely to care more about some random sports figure than his own brother? Oh, we know the
Random?
answer, Rick.
What do you mean
We know the
random
answer.
sports figure?
Does
I mean,
Robert
you-
Pack count?
Yeah, Robert Pack,
I don't
Aaron
love
Jones.
I don't
Come
love
on.
Aaron Jones more than you.
Matt Hasselbeck. Yo, tell me you
Okay,
don't love Matt
I do
Hasselbeck.
love Matt Hasselbeck. That's true.
Don Mikowski. You probably like Don Mikowski more than me.
Oh, I would disown you if Don Mikowski wanted to be my brother, no doubt. We'd sit together, light some candles, and sing "Every Rose Has Its Thorn" and play guitar and just hang out.
All right.
Actually,
Draw.
hang on. You ask Rick another question. I'll be right back.
Well, this is a good one. You don't
We,
want to
we
miss
can wait
this
for
one.
Ben. I can. Yeah. So as you and some of the listeners have probably figured out by now, Ben came up to visit last weekend. His son's enrolling at the U, and it's only been virtual tours all summer because the university's been pretty much shut down. So we're driving to campus, and Ben's already looking a little nervous because it's in the middle of the Twin Cities. It's a big city, big campus, and I'm trying to put his fears at ease. And it's not that bad. So we come rolling up to campus. We get to the intersection right at the main gates for campus on University Avenue. There's like 6 police cars. They got the intersection all taped off. The big crime scene investigation van is pulled up in the middle of the street. They got little green cones. And Ben's wife looks out the window and says, "Wow, it's just like CSI." And Ben looked like he was going to crap his pants because
What?
here we are. We're not even in campus yet. And there's like
Oh, telling the story.
6 police cars and crime scene investigation outside the Raising
Grant?
Cane's chicken finger shop.
Grant is concerned, or he was definitely concerned. He kept being like, and then the worst part is every 2 seconds, Eric's like, well, you can. There's always these blue phones. You can call somebody to walk with you and all this kind of stuff. And he's like, the way you kept talking, I was like, Is there like a crime on every freaking corner of this freaking town or what?
No, because there are blue phones on some of the corners.
I mean, Lenika's sister went there and survived. I think it's probably fine. And Eric was there sort of as a, as an older student, which means you're smarter probably than the first time.
It
students.
means I'd be like biking home at 1 a.m. and not getting mugged.
Yeah.
So, but I did find out what happened. So I don't think it was just some random thing. There was some dude that I think 3 other guys were looking for him. So this guy was trying to get away from these other guys and ran into the chicken finger shop. And these guys ran in after him and chased him out and they started shooting at him. And he hid behind a car and got away. So at least I think he got away. I didn't hear of anyone dying. So I don't think it was just a random thing, but that was a pretty crazy, out of the ordinary event for campus. So
I would hope so. Grant says, yeah, he's gonna, and in not too long, a couple weeks, he's up there. All right. Moving on with our questions. Who is more likely to accuse you, Rick, of using cheapy codes in NBA Live 95?
I think you answered that question yourself earlier, Jason.
I think Ben understood the cheapy codes too. Didn't you ever play him?
I played him, but I didn't lose as much as you did to him.
Is it just me? God,
yeah.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. Who is more likely to try to embarrass their wife and kids? Ben or me?
You. Oh, wait. Eric's supposed to answer. Sorry.
I would say Jason.
I'll agree with that. All right. Who is more likely to talk about Aaron Jones too much?
Ben.
Yes. Dude, there is no such thing as talking about Aaron Jones too much. That's a trick question.
I figured as much.
Who is more likely to talk about Lucas Patrick too much?
Jason.
These are the softball ones. All right,
but
last one.
I think that it is true. You can't talk about Lucas Patrick too much.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you can, yeah.
Last one. Who is more likely to care too much about the Packers and football?
Both of you.
Do we care too much? Is that why we get so upset? Why we kind of pick at things sometimes and we just care too much, guys? I think that's true.
I think so, but given the fact that I witnessed you two break out into a wrestling match arguing about Edgar Bennett or something stupid during one of the playoff games, some insider info, but I think you're both equally guilty of that one.
Passionate, right? Are you that passionate about the Raiders? When you get together in your Raiders forums, do you get this fired up about talking about Raiders?
No, because it's a lost cause. So.
All right, I got a special treat.
Uh-oh.
For anybody who's still there.
Whoa,
wait, hold on.
Trippy.
That's trippy. I gotta take this off here.
I kind of saw it.
It was like a ghostly image coming up out of your chest.
Here we go.
It was magical. Whoa.
Look at that.
Happy 30th, Ben. Where did that come from?
I was going to say, that's an antique.
That's from almost 17 years ago. My mom, I think, and my dad was probably there, but mom's more of the sentimental type. I'm pretty sure mom orchestrated this one. Waited in line when Don Mikowski was signing autographs someplace and got him to sign this one for me. The Magic Man. The greatest quarterback in Packer history that actually played in the real game. The greatest quarterback in Packer history would be Matt Hasselbeck, but he didn't actually play any. He didn't actually start any games. But the greatest quarterback to ever start a game, the guy who brought energy and life back to the Pack, this guy, because he was magical. The greatest moment in Packer history. Last week, what's his face? Andy Herman was talking about the greatest moments you ever had as a fan, or what your favorite moments are in Packer history, blah, blah, blah. Mine would be the instant replay game against the Bears. because we'd watched the Bears kick the crap out of the Packers so many dang times in a row. And that game and that one play where the Magic Man found Sterling in the end zone on that 4th down play after he scrambled to the right and threw it almost out of bounds, but he was in the air, threw it, and his arm before he let the ball go was still behind the line of scrimmage. Beautiful instant replay game. The Magic Man Sterling, 1989, my favorite Packer season. They didn't even make the playoffs, but that was when it all started. My love for the Pack that would never go away was the Magic Man. Look at that. Magic Man.
That's pretty awesome. I'm gonna rival that with one thing. I showed this before, but it's still really important to show. And that's an Ursan Ilyasova bobblehead.
Oh my God, that's not what is that?
Not
Is he number
signed.
7 too?
Not signed. He was number 7.
Well, there you go. That makes sense.
He was number 7. And this is a position he was in often. Right here. I'm not sure. I think when he got a rebound, maybe, or was going to
Catching
go
it
up for a
before he
shot.
passes it to somebody else.
Yep, it looked the same, but that is a big one here. Ursan. That
Are
is
you
very
saying that
similar.
my autographed picture from Don Mikowski is equal to some crappy random bobblehead of Ursan Ilyasova that you got for free because nobody
No.
wanted it? I don't think those are equal.
I will see your Ilya
Oh,
and raise you the signed
Ooh.
Gravedigger
Whoa!
my parents got for my kid. Yeah.
Nice. Man, he was huge.
grave digger.
And he had those giant shoulder pads, which even made him like everything big and massive on him.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Cool.
Forgot how round he was.
Yeah.
I was
They
an
just don't
idiot.
have players like that anymore.
I was an idiot for not like. I mean, we weren't supposed to do this, but I could have done like other guys had. You know, when we had the Packer Day with Project Home, other guys brought stuff around, had people sign it and stuff. Like one of the guys brought this Packer helmet and had Jerry Kramer and Dave Robinson and some of those other people sign it. I will forever regret not bringing something, a slab of wood, something to have Micah Hyde sign. That would be my most valuable sports piece ever at this point.
Hey, make it an individual one on Rick and have him show that again because I'm watching the live feed and
Check it out.
You got it on Blabby Blab, so we got so
Oh.
excited that it just took off the picture for
Okay.
most of it.
Gilbert Brown.
Rick, talk.
Rick talks, so it shows you.
There's Gilbert. The signed Gilbert Brown portrait that my parents got for my kid. Except there's a lot of reflection.
It's all right. Still looks good. Plus, you can see my big fat head right underneath his 93.
There you go.
Nice.
The Gravedigger.
All
Very
valuable
nice.
items that we showed tonight.
No, Ursan Ilyasova is not a valuable item. Rick, yes. Autographed Gravedigger, yes. Autographed Don Mikowski, personalized to me for my 30th birthday, yes. Some random bobblehead of Ursan Ilyasova somebody was going to throw away that you just got before they threw it away. Not valuable. Sorry.
One man's trash is another man's treasure.
I
Fair
guess.
point.
More like
Enjoy-
more like 99.999% of everyone's trash is one man's treasure, is what it really is.